Hello and welcome or welcome back. Today we're just going to be playing some more Killing Floor 2 and just talking about stuff. So yeah, I'll stop rambling and we'll get right into it. Ooh, single shot. Can we ride it? Can we drive it? Can we drive it? Can we drive? No. Damn. Nice. Anyway, thank y'all for chilling by the way, as always. That's pretty funny. Like it's not that far off. Did they do something extra? Do you see how like do the Zeds always have the outline like that? You see like the thick black outline? That's funny. I actually really, I don't think so. Because now I look from far away, look at that. He actually kind of does look like a Borderlands. That's funny. I never played this map before. I know it's Halloween, but I saw this map and I was like, I gotta do it. Ooh, old Borderlands is good. 3 is okay. The gameplay is the best. I heard 4 sucks. I heard that like, I don't know. I heard that it's actually not that terrible of a game. It's just horribly optimized. But anyway, it's not the purpose of the video. So, oh man, bitch, yeah, hold this. Down, 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 down. Yeah, so Halloween finally. Damn it, didn't get his head. Got his head though. Oh, that's cool. Turlet. There's ammo in the turlet. But anyway. For Halloween, I watched... I did watch Trick or Treat, and then I was just like, you know what? That's like so... Like, it is a great movie. I'd suggest watching it. But instead, I watched 3 movies that I didn't know existed until, like, I don't know, a month ago. When I learned that the IP became public domain, like Winnie the Pooh and I don't know, all of these movies, man. There's Hansel and Gretel horror movies that I didn't know existed, and there's a trilogy. But I did Popeye, the Popeye horror movies. There's 3 of them that came out this year and made by different people. I don't think any of them are associated at all, and it's really kind of funny how 3 separate companies. One of them is the one that did the Winnie the Pooh movies, the Blood and Honey. But it's not. Apparently, it's not the same universe. Yes, there is a universe. There is a cinematic universe for these movies. I didn't know that they were taking it that serious, but I don't think they really are. I think it's just obviously goofy fun. I mean, what was it? The first Blood and Honey movie was like apparently people didn't really like it, but you know, they made a second one, and it's like kind of like a cult classic now. So, a modern cult classic. Does that make sense? Anyway, the first one I watched was kind of like a traditional. I would call it. It was. I didn't. I just randomly watched these movies. Right. I searched it on my TV, and just randomly watched them. And then I kind of did a little bit of research afterwards. You know, I just kind of my research was going on Wikipedia and clicking a couple of links. Essentially, you know what I mean. I'm like, hey, well, I'll just do the basic. You know, you guys know me. But this one was more of like your traditional, I guess, slasher movie. It really kind of low budget. Some acting is pretty bad, but it's got some heart. You know, and I think it's the only British one because the other 2 I believe are American or Canadian. Gross, but it's actually this one's actually pretty good. Popeye is more just like a guy with some shit on his face and the big arms, and he was pretty brutal. Breathes heavy and growls and shit. Even though he's supposed to be like a ghost, what it is with that one is like he was a kid that was bullied or whatever, and he killed or hurt a kid, right? You know, with his big hands and big forearms or whatever. And then I guess the parents, something with the parents come together and fucking like I don't know, they Freddy Kruegered him, like kind of, they fucking killed the kid, you know. But apparently he was like really fucked up. I don't know. But that's the whole thing. And then he rolls in with the mist. I don't know. It's something to do with his house. I gotta get running that way. Something to do with his house too. Like, oh, there's a key. That's interesting. This map's got a little bit of depth. Yeah. Yeah, but overall, like I don't know, for it's not very long. This one wasn't very long. I don't know. So like I always give a movie credit when it doesn't waste too much of my time if it sucks. Or if it's just like kind of like a goofy horror movie like this one, you know, it's like you don't want to be sitting around for 2 hours watching it. It's probably also the one that drags the least out of the three, too. The kills were okay. Some of the stuff didn't really make a hell of a lot of sense. And like you find out that like the main character's like mother or whatever, like they like own his house or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna like get into huge depth with it, but there's like a relationship thing like where he knew the main chick, like she was the only one that was nice to him when he was a kid, essentially. You know, so there's that little like connection. And I guess Olive Oil was a sister in this instead. I know the other two movies, one of them's just a chick. I don't know, that movie kind of sucked. And then the other one, it was his wife. Like, I don't know. That one, the next one I'll talk about. Well, maybe I'll talk about the shitty one next and then the better one. I don't know. I watched them in order. The first one was meh. The second one was pretty good. And then the third one was, oh, pretty bad. Yeah, that one's decent for like a, and that one was Popeyes Revenge. Decent for like a slasher. What the hell? Something's fighting him? Did you see that health bar? That was confusing. Yay! Bet. Okay, well, the second one I'll talk about is the last one I watched, which is actually pretty bad. It was called Shiver Me Timbers. It had the most unique name. I didn't like it. I was expecting it to be better. I can't remember if it was that one or the other one that I read about, and it was like more well received. It wasn't that good. I believe that there was like a lot of CG, or not CG, fucking AI. Obviously there was CG. The face for fucking Popeye was CG, put on like some beefcake's body, you know. It starts off as like, he's just an old man, an old fisherman, Popeye, right? And like a meteor shower happens and a piece of the meteor goes into his pipe and he smokes it and he turns into some fucking crazy killing machine for absolutely no reason. And like the cast is meh. The cast of like fodder, you know, the people that he kills is alright. The kills were, again, not that good. A couple of them were like really abrupt and all CG scenes. That's why I'm just like, they used AI for that shit. Like just the way that it looks and the way that it all went down. I'm like, I feel like it's AI. Like somebody takes a piece of like an ember out of his fucking out of his pipe, you know, like to kill him with, and stabs him with it, you know. And then also in that first movie, it was really weird too. And then Popeyes Revenge, there was one. The Olive Oil was like, oh yeah, Olive Oil was his fucking sister in that one, and she was like a crazy bitch, whatever. And like she got covered in flammable liquid, and like somebody lit a Bic lighter, you know, like a regular fucking lighter, you know, that I don't know, not a Zippo, not like anything that'll stay lit. And he lights it, and then like throws the flame at her, you know. Like at first you're just like, okay, maybe he just goes down and lights the grass by her or something like that, and it like trail. No, he like threw the fucking little flame at her like it was fucking Mario, you know, like bloop. It was really dumb. I don't know. Shiver Me Timbers was just like a weird one. I don't know what else on the name too. I can't like take it serious at all. Like, you know, I say it. Like what's funny is in this one though is like he actually says some voice lines at least. You know, the old man's like, I am what I am. You know, you know, he does all those. You know, it was actually, like, some of it was pretty good. Like, I liked the old man that initially played him. You know, he seemed like a charming guy. Like, I actually kind of liked it. Yeah. But then, like, the movie just took a hard turn. When I saw that Popeye was, like, CGI, and they were definitely using AI. I'm pretty positive they were using AI. Watch someone will be like, oh, you don't know shit, yada 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 yada. No, I mean, is it a crime to accuse something of looking like AI or being AI when it looks like fucking AI? And low effort. Like this shit was low effort. Probably the lowest effort one. It had some funny kills though. There was one guy that he like rips his head off and it takes way too long for him to do it. It was really drawn out. This movie's so drawn out with things just because like, it's an hour and like 10 minutes before the credits hit or something like that. So they really stretched it with fucking stupid filler shit. It also started probably one of the better ones with Nostalgia Bait. It was like the Leatherface starting. You know what I mean? Like how it's flicking through the crime scene kind of. And then if the movie were good, I don't know. Like, I think this movie was serious when it said it, though. Like, the end weapon is like a big, giant, like, I don't know, concrete saw that they use, and like, obviously, it was a reference to fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But like, at the end of it, someone's like, "Oh, that's a big chainsaw," and the chick that used it, which would be Olive Oil, she was like some fucking, I don't know. The movie was pretty modernized and it was really retarded and cringy, but like she said something like, "Oh, chainsaws are for children." I'm like, it would be different if this movie were like, I think that they're serious about that, you know what I mean? It wasn't like just like a funny kind of reference or joke or anything. Like okay, she loses her hand apparently, I don't know, it was really retarded, but then she makes herself like a fake glove, like, Ash, and she looks at the fucking camera and goes groovy. I was like, that is a campy reference. But the whole, like, I don't know, man. It's like when the modern writing trope when they prop their characters up by bringing down other characters that people like. That's what it was, and it was really cringy. It would be different if the movie was actually funny, but it really wasn't that good at all. Oh, it's up on that platform. That's cool. Is that it? Oh, dude, this is like zombies. This is like Call of Duty zombies. You just fucking find like a little corridor, like a corridor, and that's cool. Yeah, overall though, like at first I was just like that slasher one I didn't really like that much. But like I liked it for the sense that it was just like a classic slasher almost. It was kind of like, it reminded me of Hatchet. I just got done watching all those movies. That one was more like, I guess, Hatchet. Where I don't know what this one was. It was weird. It was drawn out. It wasn't that good. The acting wasn't that great. One kill was really cool when he like puts the chick's brother in like a toxic waste container. And like he puts him in there, and then it was kind of like a weird, I don't know, it reminded me of like Creepshow. Like it was bad, it was worse effects than even like the old Creepshow, but that's what it reminded me of. Come on, bitch. Go ahead. I need to pop my ult. Yeah. Come on. Bam. Yeah, I don't know. If I were going to suggest one of the two, of just those two movies, I would suggest Popeyes Revenge over what the fuck was that one called? Shiver Me Timbers. Leave me alone. I want to try and kite your ass. It's 80 fucking meters. Yeah, I was kind of disappointed in that one. But then it was, I wasn't expecting much from these movies anyway. The second one that I watched that we're going to talk about is actually probably the better one. And I mean, this is all like obviously whatever, subjective, all opinion. I honestly don't think that Shiver Me Timbers is. I don't think I'd watch that one again. Let's just say that. Wait, what? Collect flowers. What?
The traveler will protect me. The traveler will protect me. The traveler will protect me.
What the fuck? Pick flowers. What flowers? Anyway, I don't know. He's...
Oh, no, I'm going to die!
Dude, that's funny. God, that reminded me of that movie, and then it made me sad. Borderlands movie. Anyway, the good one. Yes, the good one. The one that I liked, at least. The most. I don't know. Popeyes Revenge was good. The more I sit on it, I'm like, that one's not bad. I like it. Because I love slasher movies, and that's like, yeah, it's a good, it's a good slasher, like classic slasher. I mean, I like all horror, but slashers are just like, I don't know. They're more, some of them are just, this one's not, but I mean, like, I love the grounded of some of them. Like, Scream is really good, except, the first, like, what, 2 movies? And then, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is probably one of the scariest overall ones, because it's just so grounded and real. Like it could happen. It probably has happened, like to an extent. You know what I mean? But anyway, Yeah, Popeye the Slayer Man. This one's pretty good because it's got like it's. I feel like it's more fleshed out of a story. Like it starts off with just like an abandoned like warehouse, right? Or like I guess it's an abandoned warehouse, and there's like drug dealers chasing this chick through there, and I guess she like ripped off drugs, you know, like she stole blow off of them or whatever. So they get her. They finally catch up with her, and they're threatening to assault her in ways, like fucking terrible people would. What the hell? One of five. Okay, well, I guess we can try this and see what we get out of it. I doubt we get shit of anything. But we can run one of these fuckers around and just talk. Yeah, but it starts off with that, and then like you hear a can get cracked, and then like someone sucking down something slimy, like spinach, and you see the can roll out of the shadows, and then he just comes up and does his thing to them, and then the chick turns to him and says, "You're a monster," and says, "I am what I am," and then it cuts to the fucking like whatever sequence, and I was like, "That's great! I fucking liked it." The makeup is kind of like you at first you're just like, "Oh, it's shit," but there's a reason for it. So like I actually kind of like that. Like the warehouse was shut down, or I don't know exactly why it was shut down, but there's like bacteria in the cans of food, and it's mostly he's just eating spinach for the last like however fucking long he's been there, 15 years or some shit. So that's what deformed him. Like he was a normal guy. He was a normal sailor, and like he was married to Olive Oil and they had a kid. Like there's like a real like it's pretty good. Like he's just like protecting like the bacteria is fucked with him. And he's just like protecting his home and protecting himself and kind of just running off instinct, you know. But like these people go there because they're wanting to make like a documentary or something. I don't know. There's always like amateur fucking directors and shit, trying to do whatever. But like the premise was there and it was basic, and they have this like new girl character who's like mysterious orphan, kind of thing. And I don't know, you can kind of put things together as you're watching the movie. This one's the longest one. The other ones are like an hour and 10 ish each, and this one's like an hour and 20 something minutes. It's not bad. When I saw that runtime, I was like, shit, this better be like at least a decent movie, because I hate wasting more than like, I don't know, an hour and 15 minutes on a shitty fucking horror movie. I think that's like the perfect sweet spot. Do I gotta fucking figure out how to open this? Well, anyway, they have like a little crew, whatever, the guy's friend and her boyfriend, I guess, and like, I don't know, who was it? Some other chick that her boyfriend is like the jealous asshole with a couple of dickhead friends, and obviously they go there, like she was just like going there to watch the cameras, and he's just an insecure cunt, and you know how that goes. And so him and his friends go there, and it's like, oh, cool, more fodder. But the asshole guy ends up being like the actual kind of like threat. Like, I don't know. He shoots his girlfriend. Like he's a jumpy fucking bitch. I don't know. One of them fake tough guy pussies that you can put down so easy. The bullies that are not tough. But then you kind of slowly learn what it is. Like the girl is like the reason why she's so mysterious, right? Is because she's his daughter. Like it's kind of set up to where it's like I don't know. You see a picture of Olive Oil and the baby, and it's like I think it's the same actress. Either that or like someone that looks very, very close. But it's like you kind of knew before that with the mysterious setup and everything like that. And then there's a time where like Popeye gets face to face with the guy that she likes or whatever, and the guy that's like the head of the project. I don't know. And like he lifts him up, breaks his arm, and she looks at him and says, "Put him down." And he listened to her. He looked at her, and like there was something there, kind of in his one eye. I like it when they do his one-liners. He says the Popeye things. I love it. It's so funny. This is the most complete one with Popeye, in my opinion. Like you got his look. You got like for the most part. I don't know. His face is a bit fucked, but like that there's lore reasons behind it. He's got the fucking spinach, and then he's got the lines. So I mean, it works. It all goes together. Like I wouldn't call any of these movies really fantastic, but if I had to get like if there was one of them I'd suggest it'd be that one. Yeah, Popeye the Slayer Man. That'd be the one that I would really recommend. I mean, they're all like there's three of them. You know, they're not connected, not made by the same people, not the same characters. But it's interesting to see them all like people's iterations, you know. I think in two of them there's like they go to box, you know, the guys put their hands up from Popeye and then he puts his fist up and then they just like walk away. I was like, that's pretty funny that they both came up with that. Like they both had that same idea for it, you know. Because I'm pretty sure, like I said, none of these movies are fucking associated at all. You know, they're all made by different people and stuff. It's not like I don't think anybody was bouncing off ideas like that. I could be wrong. I didn't research anything like that, but like I wouldn't think, why would they, right? They're trying to do their own thing. It's so funny too because like afterwards when I looked up, I just searched a couple of things, general search on Google or whatever, and then you see like how it comes up with answers from like fucking Reddit, and you see somebody like calling all three of these movies cynical cash grabs, and I'm like, people on Reddit are legitimately retarded. It's actually fascinating. It's a case study of fucking internet retardation over on Reddit. It's like they're just goofy fucking horror movies based on an IP that was just like made public pretty much. You know? Like people take shit way too fucking serious. Bro, leave the house, go outside, touch some fucking grass, get some vitamin D, maybe touch a woman. It is insane the amount of fucking like people online that are just that fucking brain rotted. And I think also they can use the IP, they can use it, but I don't think they can do like their Popeye. You know what I mean? Like the one that's from the comic strip and the traditional one. I don't think that they can use it that. Like it's when I read about it, the wording was weird. So I'm just like maybe that's what that means. Like they can use it, but they can't use the exact versions, the exact characters and everything like that. They can it can be heavily inspired and have the name and all this other shit, but you can't have the actual ones. You know what I mean? Which I find that to be kind of cool. I don't know. Like I said, people on Reddit, hashtag not all. I'm sure that there might be a Redditor, like a person that uses Reddit here. You know, not all. Not all are insane, but you got to admit, it's there. It's there in force. That's why I don't have an account. That's why I don't use it. Every time I see it, it's always through searches like this, and it's always someone fucking stupid. There is value. I have seen some I've had questions I've also had questions answered the same exact way. So it's just like I said, not all, but heavily, mostly, most, most people. I guess if I had to rate the three, it would be Revenge is probably like a 5 out of 10. Like like enjoyable enough, still being kind of original in ways, you know what I mean, but like still kind of like a run of the mill slasher. Shiver Me Timbers. That one's got to be. That one's got to be a. Oh man, like a 3. That's not good. 3 out of 10. I gotta be careful. And then the one that I like, I don't know. That one's probably like to me, and in that vein of horror movie of like goofy fucking. That was so far away, man. Yeah, though then the one I liked, Popeye the Slayer Man. I don't know. That one in that vein, I would give it like I don't know, like a 6 or a 7, just for being that kind of movie, then having it be kind of good. I mean, yeah, the story is a bit like fucking, I don't know, on the nose and. I mean, not really though. I mean, I don't know. When I was watching it, I was like, oh, that's a nice little like. When I realized what they were doing, I was like, oh, well, like that's different at least. Fuck. Because it wasn't just like your run of the mill. Uh, Run of the mill horror, like slasher or whatever, or something derivative. They took a twist to it. He was more just like a misunderstood kind of character, and it actually kind of worked. This motherfucker might actually kill me. And it's mostly because of his trash. Fuck. Where the fuck is Patriarch at? This fucking fight's actually kind of got me on edge. Down, 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 down. Fuck you with the pistola, bitch. Got your ass, punk ass. Well, if you stuck around this long, I really appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know. Have you seen those movies? What goofy horror movies have you been watching? I don't know. It's the season. I'll probably be watching more horror movies, you know. It's not just for October, but we'll see. I mean, I'll probably do. I'll see when I'll do those like other ones. I want to do those like the Blood and Honey, the fucking the Peter Pan one. That's weird. I don't know about the Hansel and Gretel ones. Maybe there's 3 of them, and it's like a duo slasher type thing. It looks kind of interesting, and I don't think any of them are too long. And you know me, I always say if they're not too long, I really don't feel bad if they're shit. You know, like what was it? Shiver Me Timbers was like an hour and 10 minutes, and I was just like, okay, I didn't really feel robbed, even though I was like, God, this is garbage. It's not really good at all. There's like a lot of AI. I'm convinced there's a lot more AI in it than I fucking realized. But anyway, I'll stop ranting and rambling and let you get on with your day or night. If you would just please consider doing all the things that YouTube likes and that I appreciate very, very much. Thank you so much for hanging out. It really does mean the world to me. Have a happy Halloween, and I will catch you on the next one.